Hey gang, it's the end of the day and I'm recording this early. You can tell because the sun is shining, and by the time you get this, it's going to be dark. Giving Tuesday is my favorite day of the year. It can be a bit of a joke because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort to get that off the ground. But why it's my favorite day of the year is because of what you do. This day comes once a year, and our organization has been hugely successful in our Giving Tuesday efforts. Over the years, I've jumped in a frozen lake. We've had the rock band Queen as our theme. We had all of our board and medical advisory board take a Harry Potter quiz to find what house they might be in. It's a day when we know what we're up against and we face it anyway. And we face it with joy, and we face it with heartache, and we face it with commitment to each other globally. There's a saying that I feel like a lot of people like to use when things are uncomfortable. And people like to be able to give answers to things that are unanswerable. Everything happens for a reason. I think this is one of the hardest things for me as a mom to someone who I love, who had to face her mortality at the young age of 11. And I had to flip the script, and I had to say to myself, things happen. It doesn't have to be for a reason. It didn't have to be because I learned anything. I didn't have to have a child who was sick teach me something that I didn't know before. My heart can't make sense of that. But something happened. And because something happened, I learned about myself. I learned that I had a talent for genetics and science and a little bit of aptitude for business. I learned my capacity for loving was bigger than I had ever imagined. I learned what it's like to walk up to death's doorstep and knock and not be permitted in. And I learned what it's like to take that feeling and that joy from not being permitted and use it to better the world. And that's what you're doing on this Giving Tuesday. Something happened. It happened to you. It happened to someone you love. It happened to someone you know. It happened to a person you may not know, and you read their story and you felt it. That thing happened, and you're doing something with it. Maya Angelou is one of my favorite writers of all time. And I think she wrote something that I feel not just telomere biology disorders, but all rare disease truly encompasses. We spend precious hours fearing the inevitable. It would be wise to use that time adoring our families, cherishing our friends, and living our lives. Because something happened, we cherish more, we love more, we give more, and we try harder. And that's what I'm seeing from all of you today. You're showing up and you're being the good in the world. And you're quieting the noise to help us focus on what's really important. Have a beautiful rest of the night, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done to make this Giving Tuesday a successful one. Cheers.